James Blake, hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Very good.
Welcome to Maida Vale. Let's talk about James Blake at the very beginning. How and why did you first get into music?
I just started playing piano. My dad plays guitar and sings, and he sort of passed some sort of musical instrument on to me, and that started to be guitar at first. I didn't really get on with that. I started playing the ukulele, and then at primary school I started playing piano, and then didn't really look back. It was just played that, and then sang, and sort of I was mainly improvising, and then got into producing fairly late actually, about 19,
right,
when I went to uni.
How old are you now?
22.
22, okay, so just a few years of that, but always the piano. What age did you start on that then?
On the piano?
Yeah.
About, must have been 6, must have been like second year of primary school, I think.
Wow. Wow, and let's talk about 2010. It's been kind of a year where a lot of people are getting excited about you talking about James Blake. How has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been exciting and a lot of talking.
Yeah, lots of talking.
Yeah.
I think I've said James Blake more than any other phrase.
Yeah,
more than hello.
Maybe I should change my name. I think it's been more than one else.
I'm really tired of saying it. Like musically speaking, what do you think has been the most exciting part of the year then?
There's been a few DJ sets that I've done that have been like movingly good. You know, where the amount of people that have come to see just to hear certain songs, or even songs that haven't been released, and you know, they're all singing it, or you know, and you can just turn the volume down and they're still singing it. That's like, you don't really get that feeling anywhere else. So as much as I'm doing loads of live stuff at the moment, and then there's been some highlights playing live, and but yeah, I reckon like the whole sound kind of comes from obviously how I grew up, but also sort of club music. So a lot of my favourite moments have actually been in clubs,
right?
Which is weird because clubs are kind of the most instantly reset places, you know, because you know everything happens that night, and then you wake up the next morning and everything's how it was before, you know. But no, there are some really good moments in places like that.
We should talk about Limit to Your Love, because that's obviously been quite a breakthrough track for you that's got everyone saying James Blake so much. How and why did you choose that cover? Why did you love that record so much? Because I mean, I play piano and sing all the time, so it's kind of like quite natural for me to just pick up some certain songs, and I had listened to that. I listened to Mushroom by Feist and really liked it, and then I went and sort of searched out some of her other stuff, and came across Limit to Your Love, really liked it, started singing it, recorded it once, and then didn't really think about using the vocal for anything, but then I just sort of started using it in something that I was doing, and then that turned into Limit to Your Love, so it was, you know, my version of it. Yeah. Has she heard it?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I did send it to. We did send it to her, but I don't.
But she's not like phoned up and like.
She's not been gushing.
No.
No. But I mean, that's you know. If she likes it, that's great. If she doesn't, then.
Whatever, Feist.
Well, I mean, I really like her stuff, so I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean? Of course. And then 2011, obviously the album is all done now, is it?
It is done, yeah.
And what are you looking forward to about the next year?
Having that out, and just being, there's closure that comes with that, and that's wrapped up now, so that's great. Getting on and writing more, playing live, singing.
Yeah.
Mostly singing, I think.
Yeah.
I had a DJ set the other night, and I played Limit to Your Love, and a couple of my mates were there, and they just forced the mic onto me, and I was just like reluctantly, I didn't actually sing anything really, but I sang like one line, and just like quickly put it back down again. But it's obviously everyone wants to hear me sing, like when I play the vocal tracks out live, so it's really like touching. But also, like, it's a bit lame to be standing there singing in a DJ set. So
maybe in a DJ booth when it's a gig, completely fine.
Yeah, well, exactly, that's right. So, I can't wait to start getting out gigging and all that stuff.
Yeah, would that be a thing that you'll be embarrassed about then?
No.
Singing in the booth?
No. It's just a bit like, you know, I'm not MC.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's a bit Kanye, isn't it?
Yeah,
singing in a DJ
yeah,
booth.
it's slightly weird, but I mean, I suppose you could probably put it off, but. Not when there's already a vocal on the track.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a tricky thing.
Put out an instrumental.
Yeah. Have you got live dates set in then for next year?
Yes, we have. We've got the first show coming up in January, I think. I can't actually remember the date of it, but that's at Plan B in Brixton.
Right.
That's the first announced show. And yeah, from there on, there's there's a few dates, and I can't remember quite where they are. But the thing is, bear in mind, I've already got a busy DJ schedule, so I'm like, these are all dates.
Extra stuff, yeah.
It's almost like I've got 2 schedules now, so I'm going to be busy.
Yeah, get used to that.
Yeah.
In the summer, and then festivals. Is there any sort of live stuff planned for you for that?
Yeah, I think there's festivals lined up. There's some international ones.
Right.
I think we're playing in Amsterdam fairly soon. But I really want to play in London and you know, in the UK quite a lot first. I just want to, because I think, you know, because I DJ internationally, I DJ all around, so it's quite nice to just bring the live stuff home.
Back here,
But that would be for a while, and then we'll sort of start touring.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of hype around you at the moment. Is that a thing that's exciting? Do you feel pressure now knowing that the album's due out and a lot of people excited about that album? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. I'm not sure if I feel pressure, because a lot of my releases so far have been quite different, and they vary from release to release. So hopefully people will treat this one with a bit of sort of open-mindedness like they have so far, and I've been really lucky in that respect, because a lot of my audience seem to just be incredibly open-minded. So yeah, I don't feel massive amounts of pressure. I'm a bit nervous because obviously it's the first full length, and you want to see how it does in the big wide world. So
yeah. And this time last year, what was James Blake doing?
I was sending tracks out to small dubstep labels and hoping that people would play it on radio, and I was quite lucky that they did. Guy called producer called Distance played one of my songs on Rinse FM, and then a guy called Untold, Jack Dunning, picked that up and wanted to sign it, and that was my first release. And so yeah, around this time actually it was kind of kicking off a bit in that sort of underground scene, and like now it's obviously moved on a lot since then. So yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's gone up. I'd say it's sort of gone forward. I kind of like to think that the way it's gone has been a natural progression. Like it's just, it's really exciting. Yeah.
Do you remember the time when you first heard your stuff on Radio 1?
Yes, I do. The first time I was played on Radio 1 was by Marianne Hobbs, and I'm eternally grateful for. She was so supportive, and she played Measurements, which is a song that is going to be on this album.
Right.
And me and my mates all stayed up to listen to it, and it was a fairly underwhelming sounding record on the radio, but just quite an amazing feeling to have, you know, something I'd done literally like 3 days previous. Hearing it on Radio 1 was surreal, to say the least. But then, it was amazing.
Yeah, I can remember Marianne being really excited about you, and like, because she did the show like 2 hours after me. So she'd always be in like Radio 1 basement hanging around, and she'd like run through going, "You're gonna love this guy." She was right. What about now that it's like all over daytime, hearing your stuff? Have you heard it in a cab?
I've never heard it on daytime radio, no.
No.
Which is, I don't know, I don't listen to a lot of radio, I suppose. But I mean, I've all this stuff has made me realise the importance of radio. Like I understood the importance of underground radio because that was just the sort of scene I was sort of moving in. But I didn't realise quite how much radio sort of influenced the way people think about you, and kind of how many more people now listen to my stuff. And you know, I've got people saying that their mum has heard Limit to Your Love and really liked it, and you know, and their dad likes it and puts it on in the car. It's like, you know, that would have never happened without, you know, people like Marianne Hobbs, and so it's pretty, it's quite amazing.
So talk to me about when you're DJing and you DJ silence.
Oh, this is a kind of a slight. I think it's been blown up slightly. Sometimes I quite like the sound of just nothing playing and sort of making people wait for things. It can, if you do it at the wrong time, become quite an obnoxious thing to do. But then at the right time, it can just be, you know, the right amount of anticipation. And so I mean, I don't always do it. I don't just DJ nothing. You know, it's not just 4 minutes 33 being played. But it definitely is a sort of a device that you can use to your advantage sometimes. I mean, like the other night, there was, just before something came in, there was a tiny bit of a pause, and I just stopped the record and waited about 10 seconds, and obviously people were just waiting for this thing, and then you just play it, because I would play vinyl, and then you just press play, and it all kicks off. And that's quite an amazing feeling, making people wait, because there's a kind of I think we're in a culture of everything's very fast and everything's very immediate and everything's very sort of spoon-fed a lot of the time, and I think it's quite nice to just stop that for a second and just go, no, you know, you'll have it when I say you'll have it, you know what I mean? Like it's
well, the breaks in Limits Your Love as well sort of has that same effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite startling hearing that in daytime radio as well, like sort of the breaks in it.
So is it? I mean, I'm sure there'll be a few people turning over at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a useful thing to do. I think. Yeah.
James Blake, lovely to finally meet you.
Good to meet you.
You too. Good luck in 2011. See you soon.
Thanks very much. See you soon.